Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm so excited to have this Christmas party today, even though it's in July. Christmas in July. Let's go. And I want to take a quick minute and thank everyone for the Sims Kingdom and the Awful Gamer for coming up and representing Christmas.
Yay!
I love that. I want to thank you guys so much for coming. I'm excited to do this little Christmas party. Like, this was actually supposed to happen in December. It legit was, and I canceled the night before because I had an 11-centimeter cyst burst on my ovaries, and I had to get my appendix out the same day, and had to get my stomach drained at the same time.
It's like a 3-for-1.
It was literally a 3-for-1.
It's a trifecta.
I was so sad. I was actually gonna rush out a Christmas podcast, but I was on morphine. I was like, I don't know if I should film a podcast on morphine.
That would be an interesting podcast.
You guys are just like talking, and I'm like, guys, do you know like birds fly?
Birds aren't real. Just going off the deep end.
But then I got the idea for Christmas in July. I have before we dive in. Does anybody really remember Christmas in July? Or was that just like a North American thing? That would be like Christmas sales in July.
Yeah, I think because I'm in Michigan, so yeah, that was always a thing.
That was a thing here as well. You'd be like, because like I'll go to like Bed Bath and Body Works, or the store that has all the smelly candles and stuff.
Yeah.
Come July, they'll be like, Christmas in July. Get Christmas prices today. And
to be fair though, we've got Bronner's here. And that's Christmas 365 days a year.
That's fair.
Which I love. I'm not going to lie. I mean, if I could Christmas decorate all the time, I would. I love lights. That's
why we all play The Sims.
That literally. Well, let's do a quick round of introductions before we get in. Sims Kingdom, you go first.
Yeah, hi, I'm Theoni, aka simskingdoms, and I am Greek living in the US, real fun, and you can find me everywhere at Sims Kingdoms. And I just want to say, I'm really sad that you had to miss your previous podcast, but I'm really happy you missed it because you didn't know me in December, so I wouldn't be in it. So I'm like, haha.
Yes. Yes. I could not agree more. I was thinking the same thing because I was literally thinking, I was like,
look at this.
I know.
I was made for this podcast.
You literally were you came prepared because like I was saying before, the previous podcast will have a Christmas tree, the previous video, and next week's video will have a Christmas tree. That came pre-Christmassy in the other videos, guys. It's being filmed in June, not in March. But
Photoshop.
But yeah, I was literally thinking about putting like a tree here, just a fake tree. The entire time. But
just get like a sticker, put it over the webcam.
But Sims Kingdom, thank you so much for coming back. The Awful Gamer, you need no introductions at this point. You're coming for the Disney Sims throne.
I am, and I'm so sorry, Disney Sims.
You guys are coming.
Oh, please. The more the merrier.
Welcome back.
Thank you for having me. I'm Alex, or the Awful Gamer. I think this is my 800th episode or podcast. But you can find me anywhere under the Awful Gamer, except for on the gallery, because you can't say gay at EA. And I'll keep saying it until they let me have that name.
If I ever become an EA game changer, I'll fight for you.
That's what you'll change. First thing she's game changing.
Yeah, I'll literally go in like Hamilton and be like, we'll have a cabinet rap battle and being like, this is what we got to do. But thank you, Alex, for coming back. Rachel, welcome back. I think this is your second time coming back.
This is my second time. Yes, thank you so much for having me back.
Oh my god, I enjoyed our first podcast so much, and so did everybody.
We talked for like 40 minutes before it even started. I'm pretty sure we had such a nice conversation. Right? So thank you so much for having me back.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for wanting to come back. For anybody, where can we find your work?
Yeah, so I'm Rachel, or rachelpedd, literally anywhere: Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. I've been a simmer since the very first one, and I'm super excited to be part of this podcast because I love Christmas. So thank you so much.
Yes, of course. Okay, Mimi, welcome back.
Hello again.
Yes, I'm so excited. People loved our Not So Barrier.
Yeah, that was so much fun.
That was
That
so
was
much fun. I'm so
so
excited
much
for people
fun.
to hear our 100 baby, which, if I am correct with my scheduling, should be the one that comes out next week.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's
You know, it's
exciting.
funny because I'm always restarting that challenge. That
Yes.
that always. And I did restart it again. Because quite honestly, as much as my Dean Winchester sim amused me, I just couldn't keep doing that same like role. And I was like, forget it. We're just gonna go back to the old 100 baby way. And so I think my new 100 baby matriarch is pregnant with number 10 and 11. So we're
Wow.
we're making our way.
Wow.
So
Wow. That's crazy.
yeah,
That is
you know what it is? I'm having a hard time because I'm creating the ABC's TV legacy.
mhm.
And it's a lot of generations, and it's like 2 shows per alphabet, like two
Yeah.
shows per letter. And although I used to be really avid in TV, a lot of the shows I don't really know. I'm putting them in there because I figure in a challenge, The Sims is great and everybody's looking for an idea, but everybody likes shows. So why not give people a chance to learn about some other shows? But I think I got too in depth with it. So I kind of put it on the back burner, and I've been doing Assassin Mimi adventures.
Oh yeah.
So because it's fun gameplay. I kind of miss the gameplay
Mhm.
aspect. I was getting, I think, too into like, what am I going to do for my story? What am I going to do
Mm.
in
Mhm.
this? And then my game became, well, let me make my Sims do this. And I kind of missed the autonomy of them just kind of doing whatever and amusing me. So I threw them into a save together, and it's been quite fun. Quite fun.
Well, I love that. And I love that you're hanging out with Sass. Okay. We need like, everybody needs Sass Mouth in their life. Like,
I
literally.
know.
Oh,
I
She's
know.
she's amazing. I love her
Yeah.
so much. But
Yeah.
Mimi, thank you for coming back. Last but certainly not least, remaining your throne on yours is your 14th time.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not counting, and maybe I should. This is why I'm a terrible boyfriend. Um,
It's our 14th day. I want to make it serious.
Thanks, baby. I got you. I'm Courtney, aka the Disney Sims. I'm also a Sim lifer. Been playing since A1, since day one, and yeah, I also have storytelling accounts. I have Townie Tales and the Disney Sims. I love telling stories. I originally started out as a CAS person, or sorry, a cast person. Moved on to storytelling, love it, and actually architectural drafter in real life. So I do build buy mode in real life. So that's me.
I love that. Again, girl, love you. Sim sister for life. You know it. I keep hearing Hamilton on the like radio stations because it's in Toronto right now, and I'm like, oh my God, like, how can we make this happen? Also,
I would love to go.
Also, how can we make our European trip happen next year?
Yeah,
Oh.
exactly. We
We're
got to
gonna
do that too. I
Yeah.
need
You
to see
can
some
stop.
castles.
You can stop my Greek wedding hopefully next year in Greece, and then do a tour all around.
Let's do it, please. I would go.
I would
want to
go.
go Greece so bad.
I want to go to
Come,
Greece so
guys.
bad.
If
Yeah,
I can
we'll
go.
record it for the channel.
A podcast.
We'll
Yeah.
get Stassi to expense all of our tickets. It'll be fine.
Oh yeah, like I just have a fucking
It's
money
definitely in the
tree.
budget. Definitely in the budget.
100%. I mean, honestly, guys, come to my house the end of June. I'm making it rain money outside because I got to pay off the next round of the venue, which is $8,000. I'm paying off
man.
Vegas. That's 1,500, and final of my wedding dress alterations, which is about 900. All in
Where
the
are you
same week.
staying for Vegas?
I'm going in Caesar's Palace.
Cool. I stayed at MGM for my honeymoon. It was so fun.
I'm so excited.
Let me send you my itinerary of what I did. Obviously, mold it however you want. But I'm so type A. I had like my day scheduled by that whole week, what I wanted to do in what order and what proximity everything was to each other. So
Nice.
that's why we're getting married. That's why me and
Exactly.
Disney Sims are getting married, because that is how I plan my shit. I'm like, okay, we have like 2 hours here, and that's like a 5-minute here, and then
this is what you do on Fremont Street. Go ziplining.
Yes.
Yes, I got you.
Well, let's start this off at Christmas time. Obviously, it's July, it's June, but July, and out of curiosity, obviously we have seasons and we have some stuff, but what do you think would make the best Christmas pack in The Sims? Anybody, the floor's open to anybody. This isn't like you go. It's you guys go nuts. Whoever wants to go first.
Well,
as we all sit here.
What if we had like a vacation world with like ski lodges? So that would be amazing. You could have like Christmas away with your Sims.
Yeah,
like Granite Falls, but much better because Granite Falls. So it would, it'd be like really I think it'd be amazing. You could like build log cabins and rent them out, and yeah, that's it. There we go.
Okay. I would like that. I would like to see different representations of holidays represented, such as Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, and everything else. I'd love to see that more representation. I know we just did get Jewish food with the hot update, but I would like to see, and now I know we have the menorah and I know we have some more, but I'd actually like your sim to participate in the
actual activities.
The actual activities, and don't it's 12, is it 11 or 12? I think it's 12 days of Hanukkah, right? Is it 11?
12.
Yeah,
I think it's 12.
Sure. I think it's 12, and the only reason
sounds right, but
the only reason how I was thinking that is because Adam Sandler's 12 Crazy Nights, and I'm pretty sure there's a Hanukkah Christmas movie. So, but like actually being able to do it instead of putting it on your making it your own in your calendar, of being like
actually having it there.
Actually having it there, and then it would also educate people on what other people do for holidays.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's true.
That'd be good.
I feel like because I feel like what they did with having like Winterfest, let's just say, is almost like kind of creating like a melting pot sort of situation, which I'm not the biggest fan of. I would prefer, you try to like show off the different like cultures and what different people do, as opposed to like combining it all into one thing. But but also again, like I don't think that they were thinking like that at the time, whereas like I feel like we've maybe gotten more progressive as a society now, and like those conversations being had, maybe they weren't in 2017 when Sims 4 was originally like coming out and stuff.
I completely agree with the melting pot you said. At the same time, I don't like my Sims to be completely realistic. Like I don't want my Sims to be Christians or whatever religion. That's why in my story they're like, oh, we believe in the Watcher or nature, made up things.
I love that.
So that's why we are the Watcher. But that's why I kind of like Winterfest, because then I'm like, when is the Watcher holiday gonna be on my birthday? That's too narcissistic,
I like the idea of being able to toggle it, of like whether or not you want realistic holidays or like Winterfest kind of, because they've like added toggles. Like the most recent one I saw is whether or not you want to go back to the old like pie menu. Like that's a toggle. And I didn't know that existed. So like just having that of like holidays or something like that, where you could import a calendar or use whatever calendar that you want. I think that would be a nice little option to have, because that shouldn't be too much coding.
That's a great
idea. When they give us those toggles, they're amazing. Like with their story progression, I'm like, no, I don't want any of my Sims to move, marry, have babies. No, just stay there.
I love that. Mimi, how about you?
I'm a mix on liking the realism and like the fantasy portion. So like part of me wishes there was just like a winter like wonderland. Like you had like a specific world that was just like all the stupid fantasy stuff that we liked, like the candy cane stuff and like the houses made out of the cookies and like all that really fun stuff. Like it would just be, I think because we have Bronner's here, and Bronner's is like Christmas all year round. So when you go there, it's like decorated to the nines on the outside, and then you go inside and it is a literal Christmas wonderland. It's figurines and different light fixtures and ornaments that go from the floor to the ceiling, and there's trees that are just, it's amazing. Like I would love something like that where I could like take my Sims there, because I really do on some levels really use my Sims as like my vicarious living. There's a lot of things they can do that I just can't do. If I could go to a place that was in terms of Sulani, like my Sim can just be like, oh, I want to go to the beach. So I can be like, click, go to another world. If I could do that in real life, that would be like, if I could like orbit like in Charmed or like, teleport. Yeah. So like, I'd love a world like that. And like, I'd like a little realism in the sense, like, I'd love to have my Sims be able to wrap presents, not just go to the tree and click it and be like, add presents. And then all of a sudden presents end up under the tree. But I think those are the only two things I really like.
On another note, sorry.
Go for it.
I was gonna say, have you ever like gone into the gallery and looked at like some of like the Christmas villages that like people make? Like there are some really good ones there, and they'll take like the little mini things and blow them up into being like, it really does look like a Christmas land. It's so
I've
cool.
seen a few people who have done like a full save, like they do everything.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, I'd like to. I don't think my computer could handle it, but I would love to see that.
They're really cool to see that time of year too.
Yeah.
The one thing that I love about the presents though is like when I'm playing my chaotic let's play and my families have like 0 simoleons, I can just click add presents and then they magically appear and we have things to sell.
Yes,
like true. That.
This is
but
true.
I would love to see a Home Alone pack.
Yes.
Oh, I love that idea so much.
Yeah.
I would love that you could have like the parents go on vacation and you get to play as like a child or toddler in your home without the parents there. I don't know why. That just sounds so much.
Didn't they have in Sims 2 that the parents got this surprise vacation and left? And if you said yes, they would leave, and then they would not come back until your teenage Sim, would have a party. So they come back and catch your teenage Sim and put them like ground, how's it called?
Yeah.
Ground, yeah. And I was such a nerd that I never wanted to throw a party, and I'm like, and they wouldn't come back if I did. So I'm like, damn it, I'm stuck.
Introvert problems.
Yeah.
I love that so much.
Yeah,
me too. They should do more things like that. I would love if they did more like towny style interactions and stuff. I always get so excited with like the new lore of the new characters. So yeah, it would be fun. Also, what did the McAllister family do for
I don't know.
to have a house like that?
Right?
Like it's so nice.
Right? This
have
giant house.
Kids and to be able to go that many places. I'm like, I need your secrets.
Yes.
I think they were money laundering. I'm just putting it out there.
Okay,
they
but
work
like
with Nancy.
Okay, but let's be honest. Okay, so the classic Hallmark Christmas movie, everybody's a lawyer, doctor, actress, prince. And like I like teacher. Like this teacher will live in a 16-bedroom penthouse in New York. I'm like, girl, you can't even afford the bathroom in this place. It was obviously we'll talk about Christmas movies a little bit later, but was it the Princess Swap? No, the Night Before Christmas with Vanessa Hudgens, and the night that goes through a portal and ends up in our world. And she has like this old Victorian style home, and she's a grade 1 teacher. That is the most
you know you're not making that kind of money.
It's the most Sims that we've seen in a movie. Because you could be a grade 1 teacher.
Have you guys ever watched like those home and garden type TV shows where it's like trading like houses or whatever property brothers, and they're like, I sell my artwork on eBay. a budget $1 million. It's like, what?
You're like, what?
What? I'll start selling more artwork on eBay. You know what? Because there's some beautiful modern art out there. Some of it, I don't get it. It's just like a paint spot, or it's like a red stripe going down. Sells for $5 million. And I'm like,
have you seen that painting that is called? It's one of the most expensive paintings in the world. It's called White on White.
Yes.
And it's this wall thing, and it has if you go close, you can see the outline of a white square and like triangle, but like it's a whole wall and just white.
That's called rich people shit.
100%.
Yeah.
I know what happened there. That was a corruption thing right there, so they could swap money for something bigger.
100%.
And pretend like they were buying artwork. That's 100% what that was.
That's some black market shit right there. Which
100%.
No, that person just had a level 10 painting skill, and it was considered a masterpiece. And they were able to just click sell to gallery.
Exactly.
And gain money and fame.
Oh, why can't The Sims be real life? Like, why?
I would love
like that a masterpiece that sells on The Sims, if you do it on the Plopsy, you can sell it for like 3 times more. I'm like, oh, if it worked like that in real life, I'd love it.
Or like outfits that you can price at like 999999999 that just like sell.
Yep.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, I love that. So obviously, Homo, what is your favorite Christmas movie, guys? Or holiday movie?
Die Hard. Die Hard's the only answer.
Oh, Die Hard is a great Christmas movie. But Die Hard 2 is also a Christmas movie.
Exactly.
So
don't tell Bruce Willis that. He doesn't agree.
I love everyone. Always someone will say it's like Die Hard.
I love
No
the
other
Santa Claus.
The Santa Claus movies are
with Tim Allen. I love that film so much.
I love Elf.
I like Elf too.
But
I almost wore an Elf onesie, but I went with this one instead. Elf is so good.
I don't have any of my Christmas stuff out. But and also A Christmas Story is one of my favorites because that's a classic, you know?
Yeah.
I like Love Actually too.
Tim Allen though,
and
wrong with Love Actually. Santa Claus though. Oh, I love
Old school Rudolph, like classic. Love that.
Yeah.
Four Christmases.
The Nightmare Before Christmas,
stellar.
Halloween movie, Christmas movie. No one knows.
Yes.
But I love it either way.
Yep.
I love the Nightmare Before
Nightmare.
Christmas.
Batman and Robin featuring Mr. Freeze.
Oh, Mr. Freeze. Yeah.
I'm really good at Christmas.
Kingdom, how about you? Do you have any favorite holiday Christmas films you like to watch?
I was really thinking about it, but I don't know. I just think I watch like anime Christmas special when it's Christmas. I don't know. I have no memory. But one of my favorite episodes that I watch over and over again, and they give me that feeling, is from Dragon Ball. They probably have no idea. When Titsy kind of proposes to the main character, it's really funny. But if you haven't seen it, it's really difficult to explain.
Girl, anime nerds.
Anyway.
I see you, baby.
Yeah. She just basically tells him, "You told me you'll marry me," and he's like, "Oh yeah, when we're like 5," and he's like, immediately player. He's like, "Well, my mouth didn't know what I was saying, but my heart did," and then they marry him. Like, okay, chill.
I love that, guys. We have a late addition. We have someone come to join. We have Samantha Built. Hello.
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 Hi guys. Nice to meet you all.
Hi. I'm so happy you could come.
Thank you. I'm really sorry for running late.
It's totally okay. Hey, honestly, I've never had a Christmas party where everybody shows up on time. Right. You're perfect. I could have somebody show up 2 minutes before the podcast ends, and I would still be like, "Hi."
Welcome.
I just saw it and I was like, oh my god. Thank you.
Of course. Before we get into the next, we were just talking about holiday films and what we would want out of EA to ever give us a Christmas pack, but we'll get your thoughts on that. But before, why don't we do a quick introduction of where we can find you?
So I'm Samantha Builds. You can find me on Instagram under Samantha Builds, or on Twitter, Samantha B. Also on Pinterest, but I don't know if anyone really uses that or not. I think people just use it to find inspiration for things. And yeah, that's kind of it.
I love it. Okay, well, we'll catch you up to speed. If EA was to give you, if you could create a holiday themed pack in The Sims, what would you create?
Oh, it would have to be like a Lapland theme. It'd have to be Lapland. So like the whole kind of Christmas village, but old-fashioned style Christmas village with the things like the dog sledges, the husky sledges and things like that. That'd be amazing.
Oh, I
And then
love that.
obviously Santa somewhere.
I love that. And then, last but not least, favorite holiday movie.
Die Hard.
That's definitely one, hasn't it, that round?
Yeah.
It is the best Christmas movie.
I know.
You're my officially my best friend.
I do have a Christmas sweater, and it lights up, and it's got like the guy jumping out of the building, and it says "Yippee Ki-Yay."
That is amazing.
Yeah, great.
We have Christmas. Do you know the Pop Funko dolls? We have the Die Hard versions of those, and we have them out at Christmas. There are little Christmas Pop Funko dolls. I would have had my camera on with my Christmas jumper. By the way, I have got many Christmas jumpers. I love them. But yeah, coming on late, I was a little bit unprepared, so apologies.
It's okay. It's totally okay. I appreciate another Die Hard. Okay. My favorite Christmas movie, I know it has not been mentioned, is Christmas Vacation. That is a staple in
National Lampoons, right?
Yeah, it's a fantastic
I
movie.
love that film. I can't believe I left that off my list. My husband's gonna kill me.
too.
He's gonna absolutely kill me because he's like, that's his Christmas.
That is
I believe.
in the Hill family and the Tosas family, which is me and my fiance's family. It is a staple for us to watch Christmas Vacation with our families at Christmas. Literally, we'll just say all the time, the shitter's full, like all the time. And I want the eventually I found the moose mugs that they use in the movie. I put them on my wedding registry because I want them.
Cute.
Oh, wow.
And I will never spend $200 on moose mugs, but someone who wants to come to my wedding, you want to spend $200?
I love that for you.
Oh my goodness.
Right?
I spent $400 on lightsabers for my wedding.
Yeah,
Oh, wow,
yeah,
that's
you
awesome.
did. You told me that.
Yeah, I had a May the 4th wedding.
Nice.
Oh, that's perfect.
That's amazing.
Yeah. My metachlorine
so
count is
cool.
outrageous.
Stassi,
Yes.
if Taylor announces Canada tickets, is that going on your registry?
Okay, I thought you were going to say something completely different. So yes, and we
Yeah.
keep having fears that she's going to announce the Toronto tours the weekend of our wedding. That is a huge fear that me and Jason keep having.
Well, isn't she in South America during your wedding?
Is she? It's the end of September.
I think she's in
Okay,
she's in
because that
South
was the
America.
big thing of because we're like,
I'll double check for you.
okay, because that was a huge bit of like, what if we'd have to move the wedding again? We had full conversations. If Taylor Swift was going to be in Toronto the weekend of our wedding, we would have moved our wedding to 2024.
Or you could just have the wedding there.
Yeah, probably allow
Good
it.
idea.
She's that nice.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's actually so funny you say that. So we're actually, because like we're gonna have so many extra invites just because we like the minimum number is 100 that we have to order, and that would be sending out 200 like to 200 people. The wedding's not gonna be that big. So we made a fun list of celebrities who we're gonna send invites to, and number one on that list was Taylor Swift. We both looked at each other like, Taylor Swift, even if she like obviously she'll say no, but like maybe she'll say
Hold
You
on.
don't know.
Hold on. Taylor Swift is known for being like one of the most likely stars to go do something like that for you. They actually call it the Taylor Swift effect because she does things that like in terms of like ROI, like return of investment, it doesn't make sense for her to do it. But her doing the opposite of that actually propels her into more stardom because she does stuff like that. It's fascinating.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like we were like Taylor Swift, the Arkells, obviously Canadian band.
Oh, that would be cool.
We have seen the Arkells 15 times live. Like that is me and Jason's thing is seeing the
Have you
Arkells.
seen Taylor Swift live?
Yes, I've seen her once. Jason has seen her twice.
How do you get tickets at this point? I've heard it's basically impossible. Like, wouldn't you be paying like your wedding amount to get in to see her at this point? Like,
Yeah, Alex, how do you get tickets?
This has been great. Bye.
Because not only is Alex once, twice. How many times have you seen Taylor Swift, my friend?
Once for this tour so far.
How? Okay.
How?
What are you doing on June 24th?
Seeing her again.
How?
Yes, how? How can you get tickets? None of us mere mortals can get tickets.
So I got very, very lucky where the one stadium tour that I went to, which was her first one, which was Glendale, Arizona, it was not on Ticketmaster. Like it was one of 2 shows that was SeatGeek.
Wow.
And so that like there was no queue. Like I literally logged in at the time and maybe sat there for like 2 minutes and then got tickets. And then I had friends. Well, I technically got tickets to 2 shows in Arizona, but I gave them to other people that didn't get access. Oh, it was nice. And then I had friends who are in Minnesota and they sat in the queue for 6 hours at Ticketmaster and like got through. And so we are.
Wow. Yeah, I've heard that
good
Ticketmaster is craziness around that.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. Kudos though. Like,
Yes.
yeah, I'm super happy for you.
Thank you. And I lied. She is not in South America in September. She's there in August and there in November.
Yeah.
So she's got a gap.
That's why we're so concerned about having, if she announces a Canadian leg on that weekend, we're like, fuck. Honestly, what we would do, because we'd hope for 3 shows in Toronto, because she's done 3 shows everywhere else. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we would cancel the rehearsal dinner and just go see Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Or we would get the Sunday after the wedding and go
After party.
Yeah.
After party at Taylor Swift. Like that's literally that's
better
what our
happen.
plan. It better
If
happen.
it happens, go with your wedding dress.
Yes.
Yeah. 100%.
That's
He'll
my
be the
Era's
prince.
outfit.
You'll be the princess.
Yes.
Go there and be like, let me in, or I'm gonna cry like a baby coming home from the bar.
Tell them
Okay.
it's your honeymoon.
Court, I'm actually doing a Taylor Swift podcast for real life. You have to come on if you want.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%. That's why I'm like,
It's a love story, baby. Just say yes.
yes. I know, because Jason, my fiance, really wants to be part of it. So does my best friend Sierra. They both want to be on it because they both love Taylor Swift. You know how hard it is to organize? Sims is easy, just being like, show up, don't or don't. But I can't say to my fiance, well, show up. Like, I got to work around his schedule. Then I have to work around my best friend's schedule and then everybody else's. And I'm like, okay.
It's me. I'm the problem. It's me.
No, you're not the problem. It's just because like
Why we couldn't do it on June 24th.
I was just like, I have a free Saturday. It's perfect. Everyone's free. Hey, Alex. And you're like, I've been seeing Taylor's. Typical, just seeing Taylor Swift. But to answer your question, if there is, 100% would put that on there.
Yeah.
Be like, if you can't obviously buy us tickets, but give us money to buy tickets.
True.
Because like my girlfriend Sierra, who's coming on to that, also been on this podcast. We did our honeymoon because like best friends being like the newlywed game. She was willing to spend $2,000 to see her in a bum. Actually, I'm pretty sure it was Minnesota, to be honest with you, because I was like, you want to go to a bumfuck steak in the middle of goddamn nowhere to spend $2,000 to see Taylor Swift? You'd have
Minnesota. Don't knock until you try it.
But she'd have to fly there, which is not cheap to fly from Canada to the US right now. Is super expensive. You're gonna spend $1,000 on a flight, $300 on a hotel, $2,000. You're spending almost $4,000 for one concert. Or wait till she's in Toronto and then we can all go together.
I'm down.
Okay, Court, where do you think she's coming in Canada though? Because my argument was
Toronto, Montreal,
and Vancouver.
And Vancouver.
Yeah, nothing out east.
No,
I agree. And I think that's really because there's nothing out there out east that she could even have a stadium, right? There's no CFL teams there.
No, you wouldn't be able to house her.
Yeah.
No.
All right. Anyways,
Yeah.
so Taylor Swift.
Guys,
Separate podcast.
Separate podcast.
Since the Disney Sims said it, I really want to play with the townies who Mary kill. Okay,
Yes.
like I really want to play it. I'm like maybe not at the start. It's the time.
I appreciate. Okay, Tor, you're gonna lead this because I know 3 townies. And that's gonna be a really small round.
I know all the townies.
I know this is why it's your game. Take it away, my friend.
All right. F, Mary, kill, Joffrey Landgrab, Don Lothario, or Mortimer Goth.
Easy.
Well, you'd F Mortimer Goth all day long, wouldn't you?
I would kill Mortimer.
No,
you kill him?
I'd marry him.
I'd marry him.
I'd marry him.
I 100% marry him.
So difficult.
Marry Mortimer.
Oh my gosh.
Mortimer, kill Don.
and F, Jeffrey.
I'm effing Dawn. Dawn's the best
yeah.
in bed. What you mean?
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna get.
I
No,
get it
I'm
wrong from
Wrap it up.
no. I'm killing Don because I'm not gonna give him the satisfaction of
Yes.
thinking that he can get whatever. No, I hate this kind of
I'm
people.
not falling
I'm
for
Jeffrey's
the next
rich,
no.
isn't he?
That's why I'm marrying Mortimer, because I can have him for life. I'm just hooking up once with Don. He's trash. I don't want to date him. I just want to woohoo with
But
him.
why
And
give
then
him the satisfaction of the perfection that is you? You know, let him dream it. Be the one that said no.
I'm trying to get 100 baby challenge going, okay?
Right.
Like,
Fair,
I have to get
fair.
a bunch of baby daddies, right? Like,
But Mortimer, I'm scared he's gonna murder me. Like he's old, he'll probably pass, you know. But
I'm
what
like,
if
Bella's
he-
gonna
from
murder
Nicola, it's
Mortimer
fine.
more than anything. I'm like,
Yeah, I
Bella's
think
the
Dawn's
bad
more
bitch in that
likely of that.
relationship.
It
But
is.
Bella
It is
disappeared. You know.
true. It's
That's
woohoo.
tough.
It is woohoo Dawn. I mean, you gotta try the experience. Why not?
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I am
agree
getting
with
on that ride.
Yeah.
It's kill Mortimer. I'm sorry. He's like the most problematic
No.
in every game save that I have.
Mm.
And Jeffrey, I hate that I'm defending Jeffrey right now. But if you look at his traits, he wants to have a successful family. He's nice and he's rich, y'all. Give me that
And-
bag.
This is
And
true.
you know
Which
what
is
I
why
love
I
about
would
Jeffrey?
woohoo.
Jeffrey took Nancy's last name.
You could woohoo with him and then steal his money.
Yeah, he could be a
Yes.
sugar daddy or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There you go.
I love that Jeffrey took Nancy's last name. Like Nancy's last name is originally
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
cool too. Yeah, you know what? You've convinced me. I'm now going to marry Jeff and then kill Mortimer.
I agree.
Which is
I'm
gonna be
also
hard.
marrying Jeffrey.
Yeah. Okay, girl edition. Then let's do Nina Caliente, Dina Caliente, or Bella Goth.
Marry
Ooh.
Bella.
Oh.
Yeah,
Marry
marry
Bella.
Bella.
Marry Bella.
Yeah, marry
100%.
Bella.
Marry Bella.
Yeah.
The other
Yep,
two is
100%.
hard.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I would kill Dina, by the way. I don't know about you guys.
I would too, because
Right,
she's come
yes.
for Bella hard, man. She was married to Bella's brother,
Mhm,
Michael, before
exactly.
he died as an old age sim in Sixum. And then she tried to get with Mortimer after Bella
Mhm,
disappeared for a while. So yeah, she's a homewrecker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
She's
But
dying.
Agreed.
Nina seems sweet a little bit. Like, I don't know, since Sims 2, I've had this kind of
Also
crush on her. I'm like, she just wants love. She's just misguided. I will love her. You know?
I'll
Fair.
fix her, but isn't that like every like
I'll fix
every
her.
every person that gets out and be like gets it into a fix? Like I'll fix them. I'll make
Yeah.
them
Hey.
better. Yeah.
Who told you I'm like, what's it called? I'm a healthy human being. I have my troubles, okay? Maybe I want to fix Nina.
Amazing. Okay, what about let's do Windenburg. So how
Ooh.
about Siobhan Fires, Candy Bear, or who else is there? Ulrich Faust, maybe?
I feel bad. I don't know who any of these Sims are.
I don't
Okay,
know. I don't
let's
remember
move
this one.
to Oh,
Random?
I got one. Let's do Brindleton Bay.
Uh-huh.
Heckings. Okay, so Brant or Diego Lobo.
Yo,
Okay,
Rachel, we're
kill
in the same
Diego.
boat. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
like, what? My face is like. Okay.
I could name every single townie. There's so many
I
of them.
can't.
I was gonna say
build.
follow
I don't do anything else. I'm a
follow the
builder.
townie Sims. You'll learn
Yeah,
all about the
literally townie
townies.
Sims. Yes.
Townie Tales, Disney Sims. Sorry. But yeah, I could literally go into like Willow Creek, list every single townie, go to
Yeah.
Oasis Springs,
Wow.
list every
That's
single
impressive.
townie.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah,
impressive.
I don't mess around.
You know, I love, that's why one of the reasons I love your story. I also love the townies so much because they're my
Me
royals.
too.
But I have such wrong preconceptions of them because for me, canon is how I play them, which is not realistic, you know? So I want to ask, what do we think about Eliza pancakes? I just want to ask the group.
Hmm.
Do you kill
She
her
hates
or is
Bob.
she
She
cute?
hates
It's a no
Burberry.
from me.
Yeah, it's enough for me too.
It's a no from me.
No
Yeah.
from me.
Mm.
Okay, I love her, but that's fine.
Eliza Pancakes has Tom Sandoval energy.
100%.
Give us your reasoning. What's your reasoning for loving her? Convince us.
Well, when I first started playing, I didn't know about the drama. So when I first went my game, they had this infatuation for each other, and then I found out. I'm like, I don't know, they're trying. And as I said, I'm not a perfect person, I can fix it. I'm kidding. She just,
You know who
I feel
has
like,
oh
let me tell you, because I have psychoanalyzed the thing, which is horrible. I do it for every scene. But I'm like, Eliza just wants to achieve some things, right? And she loves her husband. But he's like, it's like two wrong people being together, bringing the worst in each other. Like she has these wants and needs and stuff. So she feels like she's carrying the whole relationship because he's not doing anything to get where she wants to get. So she feels like she has to make him go out, she has to work, she has to uphold it. He just sits there and that builds all that anger in her, I feel like. So maybe different.
Okay.
and then they're like, let's have a baby together. That'll fix everything.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but some couples
It's
do that,
EA.
don't they?
It's
They have a
EA.
child
Never heard that
together.
before.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I would say out
I
of
get it.
any of the townies who have the biggest drama in terms of lore history that the Sims have created, I feel like the country, the Henford on Bagley pack had the most dramatic. So the Watson family, Rashida, no, not Rashida. Rashida's the daughter. I think it's Rami.
Rafmi?
Is the
Yeah.
Rami is the mother's name. Anyway, her and Thomas are married and have 3 kids together. But she at one point had an affair with the mayor Chopra or Chopra, and now Thomas knows about it because his relationship like with the chop, I can't remember.
Lavina?
I think it's Lavina. Yeah, Lavina,
Yeah.
Lavina. Anyway, yeah, they have a negative relationship with each other, so he clearly knows about the affair, and it's just so cool that that's embedded into the game.
Yeah.
And also with the new San Sequoia pack, there's like a negative relationship between the 2 siblings that live on either side of the island. Oh my god, their names are slipping to me right now. I'm too excited on the spot, but they are awesome, and that's cool too. So
I just want to get all of them sitting down at a Christmas dinner
yes.
and just watch it unfold.
Like
tie it all
Yes.
together.
Yeah.
Lore is so good when it's good.
Yeah.
When it first came out, Sims 4, I remember everyone we were all like, the lore is dead, it's dead. They've tried to fix it a bit, right? Like, what do you think? It's a bit better. Have we done the work? What do you think?
I think it's there if you want to look into it, right? They used to do a better job. Like, I really feel like the Bella Goth mystery, like, they really laid some things out in terms of having like aliens and pollination technicians. And there's like all of these little things you can go into for the mystery if you want to. But a lot of people don't end up diving into it, right? Because they end up, create like the Sims can be so many different things for different people, right? And I would say the lore aspect of it is probably more for the diehards. So
Yeah, because like pollination technicians are still in there if you get abducted by aliens.
yeah,
They've
exactly.
got I hate that I'm getting on this high horse again. I'm so sorry, Saucy. We fought about this, but they put a ton of lore into like my wedding stories if you look for it.
Yeah.
That like I like when it's you can find it and that there's layers to the game and not just kind of like when we got Sims 4, gray style when there was nothing.
Also, totally forgot to mention, like with Moonwood Mill, like Rory Oaklow's story, like having that tumultuous relationship with Christopher Volkove and not having that relationship with her younger adopted brother Jacob. And like, yeah, just like you can really dive into the stories there. And I tend to do that. Like for an example, with the Volkove story, I really deep dive to see like who the parents were of Rory and Jacob, but it doesn't really show, but it does show that Rory had left as like a young person from her original family to then get adopted by Chris. And then something had to have happened to cause her to feel like she wanted to be the alpha of her own pack. So I found it really fascinating too. Yeah.
Moonwood Mill is a good example too, because they tied the lore into the objects as well.
Yeah.
And that
And
I
even
really
the
liked.
cousins, like Lily Zoo being related to Lilith and Caleb Votor, like that was so cool to me that that they tied that in. Forgotten Hollow also has cool things. Like it's cool to find out who turned who into what vampire. Like Caleb turned Miss Hell into the vampire. Vlad turned Lilith into a vampire. Just different things like that. It's really cool.
Caleb? Who turned
That's
Caleb into a vampire?
I don't know who turned Caleb into a vampire. That's a good question.
I always thought it was Vlad, but that
I
could
always
just be
thought it was
like
Vlad.
headcanon.
I don't think it was Vlad. I know he turned Lilith into a vampire. Could have been
Could be his
Vlad.
sister.
I want to Google that.
Yeah, maybe Lilith.
I'm Googling it right now.
It's like keyboard.
Yeah, this is important.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's see.
Greg turned Lou into a werewolf, and he might have turned Rory. I'm not sure. I don't think, but I'm pretty sure he turned Lily also into one, and then he turned Celine into one too. But Celine took the antidote to no longer be a mooncaster.
It does say that Vlad turned Lilith and the vampire that turned Caleb. So
And
cool.
It says Miss Hell turned Caleb.
Oh, good. Yeah,
Wow.
sorry. That's what I meant to say. And in my story in Townie Tales, it is that way. Like I'm going through that right now in my story, although it'll be a month out from when this airs, that Miss Hell turned Caleb into the vampire and Lilith was turned into a vampire by Vlad. I try to hold things to as accurate as possible for these things. I deep dive before I actually start story plotting what I'm going to do.
You can tell them when you read your story because it's so well
I appreciate that. There's like about 5 of you that are like, "Oh my god, I got that reference." And I'm like, "Yes, this is who I'm doing it for."
Yeah. Although you kind of had me with Zach's a bit because I'm like, at least in your story, like kind of like it's it's like the surface level seemed fine because I hadn't read from the start. So I'm like, at least he kind of loves his kids.
Who, Jax?
Zach's. I'm mispronouncing everything, by the way.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun story.
You can be a serial killer and stuff, but still love your kids,
He does definitely love his kids, and also his children are also well intended, but end up doing really effed up things because they're Villarreals. They mean well, but their mother also went missing. Like all of these Sims are so Disney-fied in like their own way. Like all of them are orphaned or like have one parent that disappeared or died in some capacity. Like and like it honestly, they're doing it intentionally because they want you to have an emotional attachment right from the get-go to that character. And it's so easy to just be like, oh, why isn't, you know what I mean? Like, what's different about this family to bring an emotional tie to them, right? So I know why they're doing it. It's also awesome to have inclusion too of different types of stories. You know what I mean? Like, it is cool to have like Chris Volkov be like the adopted dad, or like, what happened to Mila Munch's husband? Like, she got three kids, 3 boys living in her house. I don't know how she does that. That would be hard. But people have 100 babies, so there's that.
And I prefer the stories they put now from Sims 2, where it was always like, this family, good on surface, kind of problematic, and also the wife could have been an astronaut, but then married and had kids, and now is cleaning dishes, and that was every storyline. Storyline. She wanted to be a president, and the one woman that wasn't was cheated on with the maid. What's her name? The Pleasant family. That she was working. It's like her husband cheated.
Typical.
Yes.
But it is fun to write those stories, though.
A
big reason I moved to Townie Tales was because I couldn't villainize my main character so much in the Disney Sims, because everybody wants them to stay perfect, and that's boring. So
chaos rules.
Yes.
Chaos does rule.
Okay. Who is your favorite Townie? You can only pick one. That's everybody.
Nancy Landgraf.
Okay. I like how no one answer at once.
What's the guy from Eco Living called? The one that everybody loves.
Knox?
Yeah, Knox.
I love
Knox.
Yeah.
Yeah, Knox is great.
I
Oh,
have an I love Makoa. I do love Makoa.
yeah,
I don't
that's
care
great.
what story background he has. He always ends up in one of my stories or one of my challenges or gameplay. He's always there. But Sulani is one of my favorite worlds, so I think that has a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
But one of my I can't remember what town it was, but it was from not from Sims 4. It was from the original, and it was the single mom that had the toddler and the teenage
The
son.
Broke family?
Yes, the Broke family.
Yeah.
I played them all the time. Like anytime I'd do something, I'd always start with them. That was like my tutorial family.
Oh, that's
Akira.
Akira's amazing.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Oh,
Akira.
and
Oh
Simmer,
yeah, Akira
Simmer
too.
Irene with Phil and Akira is like, oh, the ultimate story for me. I love them so much. It's
When she made
unreal.
poses for you, I was like, you know each other? I love this.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Like seriously, one of my favorite people in the community. Patreon as well, like does pose packs. Like most of my romantic story gameplay, like I do a lot of gameplay, but I'll also then set the scene with pose packs. And most of them come from Irene. Like they're just so romantic, intentional. Like I could recommend anybody to download for pose packs. Like they're definitely at the top of my list.
Yep.
I love Irene so much.
Oh, Akira's
yeah.
so awesome too. I love the background story too. Is it Nico that and Darling that live with
Yep.
Akira? Like, yeah, they're really cool too. I cannot pick. I've always said like I do tend to go with Bella, which people roll their eyes at because it's such a cliche thing to say because a lot of people think Bella is overrated. But there's just so much lore that takes place. Like she's just so iconic and really the like original. You know what I mean? Who you think of? Like I've had a Bella Goth shirt before. Like I love her, but I mean, I could seriously go into a list of why I love every single character for different reasons. Like I'm clearly very passionate about the townies.
Yeah.
Stassi, was yours also Akira?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I didn't know that. Oh my,
yeah.
Yeah, love Akira.
I love
so
Akira.
So beautiful too.
I know.
Yeah, like I find they don't do the best job sometimes with the original townies. I try to make mine more woohooable when I edit them. But like Akira doesn't really need a lot of change. Lou Howell from Moonwood Mill does not really need a lot of editing. Nox again, just beautiful. Like they're just so gorgeous looking.
I forgot about Lou. I like Lou as well.
Yeah, I do like
Lou.
Yeah, I love
gorgeous.
Lou was the dad to my yellow gen in the Not So Berry challenge that I'm doing gameplay wise for myself. So I was like, well, he just needs to be in there somewhere.
Mix those genetics in.
And Akira was the first dad in my 100 baby challenge I'm doing right now. He was the first dad. They had twins. They're awfully good looking. I have them saved. I was like, again, making your own good characters.
So for our builder, Rachel, what's your favorite item?
Oh, my favorite. Oh no, my favorite.
That's the hardest question to ask a builder.
That's worse than the townie question.
Literally so hard.
Give me a sec. Oh, the plant from Dine Out. What's the plant called from Dine Out? In every single one of my builds, it's there without fail. Fail.
Dine Out is worth it.
Yeah,
Dine Out is worth it. That is a good pack.
Yeah, Alex, Dine Out is worth it.
You know what?
Just for the plant.
I got one. Island Living, the glass tile that you can put.
I love that.
I also like the off the grid, the square candle from Sulani that looks like the crystals.
Yeah.
That
I like
one
that too.
Yep.
I love Eco Living's like really long window that has just like a little slit in it. That is my favorite window.
How do you all like remember these things?
Because I don't build often.
What my favorite item is, but
do you guys have a favorite
so many
person used for custom content?
Oh,
Like for
I have
furniture and
so
buildings?
many, I couldn't even.
I
Sonia
know.
Sims is my absolute favorite for alpha hair. Absolute favorite, followed by Nightcrawler, I'd say, for my hair. Rimmings
Yeah,
for
rimmings for clothing.
I love Bursa. Bella, I never say it right. I'm gonna say it wrong, and I don't want to say it wrong. Bella Lore. And custom content star. It's like CC Star.
Okay.
The dresses that she makes are. I actually just downloaded some to put on Sass and Mimi, and I was like blown away by how they looked in game. I was like, that's so pretty, so pretty. Because I am very alpha when it comes to my CC. I do dabble in Max's match because there's something about that hair sometimes that looks amazing. But
I would say for me, it would be Deco Sims have saved me 10 times over, and I can't remember. It starts with an S. Disney, help me out. Do you know?
Serenity?
Yeah. There's that. There's someone else as well.
And Sentate is also good.
Yes. I use the Deco Sims in almost every bit of storytelling.
Oh, Starry Sims. Starry Sims does the Deco Sims. I love Starry Sims. That's also a really good one. I love Aretha B. Madeline has started doing like cool furniture. Obsessed with Nico CC.
Yeah.
Like they are a Disney
Nico.
star's dream.
Yeah. I also like as it's the one who did the bed. The heart-shaped bed.
Sixum CC.
Yeah. Everything
so
they did was amazing.
Yeah, along with Charlie Pancakes. I don't know if anyone's said Charlie Pancakes.
Yes.
Charlie Pancakes is amazing. Yeah.
I'm CC free.
For now.
That's
completely
crazy.
All the time. I love that.
It scares me.
Crazy.
No, you're gonna join the dark side. Sassmouth, love her. I have so many podcasts with her on here. I'll never play with CC. I'll always be a console player.
I
won't say never. I won't say never.
I do blame that on me with Sass.
Really?
Yeah, I do. Because her and I would go back and forth when we first started talking last year. And I thought it was amazing. Like, I never knew that her stuff, that her content was console. I never knew that. Like,
it's mind-blowing.
I did not know it was console. I didn't know any of it. And I was so blown away by that. And I started, like, we started talking about CC. We went back and forth about it. And she was like, I'm gonna try it. And then she, like, I was too afraid to play on the computer. And then she started doing it. And, like, her stuff, like, I would never know that she was not a CC user and not a PC user either, because her stuff that she came out and she's like, oh my God, it looks so, I'm like, but that's you turning that into that. And she turned into like a CC monster. I love it. Like, she just does some of the stuff with those poses.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's great.
It really is.
For CC, because I love CC and mods so much that I forget that they're not in game. But Stassi had asked before, how big is your mods folder? And I wanna hear an update or a new one from some people. The Awful Gamer is 0.
Well, I have MC Command Center, and when people when Irene sends me Phil and Akira, I do have their CC in game, but like none of my own. It's just when I use them in the story or like other friend sims. But I'll check. I'll let you know how big MCC is.
It's tiny MCC. Like barely.
My mod folder is 177 gigabyte. I just checked.
Wow.
55 gigabytes, kiddos.
Oh, now I need.
Oh, wow.
No,
I just checked mine.
Small.
I'm at 150 megabytes.
I'm at
okay.
Megabytes.
Really?
I don't use CC. I use like default.
That's amazing.
I use MC Command Center and stuff like that, but that's it. That's literally it.
Yeah, mine's only like 38 gigabytes.
Mine says 12.8 megabytes.
There you go.
Well, I have MC Command Center, Better Build by Tool, and then just some of the cheats, like always full edit mode, and that's all I have. But I do go on CC shopping sprees. I have like phases of downloading all the CC in the world, and then I get overwhelmed by all the items and have to delete it all.
It is
and go back to scratch again. Yeah.
My mod folder is so OCD organized. Like, that was one thing. Sass was like, you can organize your because I was like, this is my mod folder, and in my mod folder, I don't ever put anything more than one folder deep because they always like don't put it any deeper. But mine is organized by CC creator. Like every CC creator has their own folder, so that way anything I download goes into that folder, and if I need to delete something, I can go right into that specific person. And then I have another, which I didn't count this one, but I did install my own second hard drive into my computer because of my mods and my CC. So I have a backup mod folder that has like all the Maxis Match that I don't use like all the time, or like clothes I don't really use right now, or that kind of stuff. But I keep it so ridiculously organized because when I first started downloading custom content, which I didn't start using custom content until like I think 2021, maybe, or maybe it was last year. I don't remember. It wasn't that long ago. I would just download it all into one folder, and I didn't know like you should check it. So then I'd go into game and I'd be like, why is all this stuff Xing out my, like you'd put it on and they turn into the question mark, and I'm like, what's going on? And then I'd spend forever, and then like I'd run out of space and I would blindly just delete my CC, and then I'm like, oh, where did my favorite dress go? And then I'd have to go search and try to find it again. So I keep that stuff OCD organized. I have to.
I would pay for someone to fix my CC folder. It's like
we just find a new business endeavor.
Yeah, I would pay for someone to make my CC folder work, because there is one mod that has been messing up my aspirations, and I cannot find it 2 years now. I cannot change an aspiration on The Sims if I don't go into casts. So I don't know what it is. I've done everything anyway. Yeah, but I can't without my CC. That's why I'm like, it's fine.
That is the downfall with CC, I think, is sometimes you play that game where you're trying to find what's the broken CC.
Yeah.
What's doing this. I still can't figure out, ever since the high school pack came out, and I've taken my mod folder out, and I don't know if, I mean, maybe it's just a glitch. My Social Bunny app has never existed on my Sims phone.
Oh,
really?
So the only way I ever know that something happens on social media is if for some reason my Sim gets some angry thing trolled on, and I'm like, what? So I have to go onto the computer to look, and I'm like, well, this is stupid. Or I have to wait until the pop-up comes up that says, oh, something happened that should go on social media, and you can click on the Social Bunny. I don't know what it is, but I've never had that. Never had it. I watch everybody use it. I'm like, that must be really fun. I don't.
Do you have better exceptions? That what really helps me to find.
I do, and it doesn't. It's not finding anything.
That's what it does with my aspirations. It doesn't find what's wrong.
I know. I'm like, you're not telling me what's wrong. You're just telling me something needs to be updated. That's what you're telling me. That's fine.
Yeah.
Hold on. There's a mod that tells you what mod is broken.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's called Better Exceptions.
Yeah.
I would have had no idea. That, literally.
Stasi, like, I was today years old when
I lived today years old. I don't know if that was a thing. I see. The thing is, I don't play with MC Command Center. I don't play with Tool. I don't play with Better Buy. I don't do any of that stuff. I don't. So
like, I don't either.
All of my CC is legit fucking poses and dresses.
Yeah, same here.
Not even MCC?
No.
Did you know though that Tool is really good to help you position poses?
Oh
yeah.
Like, it is really good for that kind of thing.
Because you
can actually like move them to the waterfall and pose
wherever you want. Yeah, anywhere.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look for that for some point, because for Rose Chronicles there's a scene where like drowning's going to happen soon, and I had custom poses made for drowning, which is very hard to do.
It would take you next level for sure with something like that. I don't have it either, though. I took it out.
I might just get Tool and then remove it after. I don't know. I'm not smart enough to use Tool. I'm well enough.
No,
you are. All troubleshooting.
I'm really bad with anything technology, most things technology. But Tool, the toggle object or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And then, like, because you pause your sim, and then your sim decides to go say hi to someone before he pauses, and then you have to pause ever and again. Instead, you just click on them, and press the point where you want to teleport them, and they go there in the pose they were in.
And that's
Half
it.
the time.
Oh,
That's all you do.
That's interesting. Usually, because how I just set up Rose Chronicles is an actual set, and I'll just go boom, 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 boom.
That's what I do too.
Yeah, because
And they don't move.
They don't
They're
move.
just nice.
They never move.
My
Nope,
Sims
Autonomy off.
Autonomy
I
off.
use the
Yeah.
I have
Sims,
autonomy
like the armor, the little knight guy that you can position.
Yeah, the little knight guy. Yep.
Yeah.
Andrew.
That's what I do too.
Yep. And
Yeah.
just
Andrew's
plop 'em there.
pose player.
Post player,
Yeah,
yeah.
the pose player, and they just stay. And they'll stay
Yeah.
like this until
Yeah.
I tell them what to do.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's so nice. Mine, no. They go say hi to that famous Sim down the road.
Oh, that would suck.
That's got to
Yeah, it
be a
does suck.
mod because that shit does not happen with me.
No, they like if Queen Nancy's there and she's posed, everyone will go freak out to her first and then pose. I'm like,
Oh.
too much.
I would die. No,
And
no.
you know what's crazy? My
What?
Sims, I send them to collab to another creator, and she sent me screenshots. It's like, that has never happened to me. Your Sims won't stop moving. They're annoying. I'm like, they're just rebels, you know?
Rebels. I love it.
The only thing I would like for the pose character to stop doing is when the head turns.
Oh, that's so
creepy.
weird.
Yeah.
Even when you pause your game, it's like you pause your game and all of a sudden your Sims become the exorcists or like
Like they're possessed. I like how Alex is just sitting here being like, you guys are, this is why I don't use CC.
Justified,
Well, no, because
justified.
I think even, like in
I did
regular
my first
gameplay,
season.
you get that pause, right? Like in
Yeah.
regular gameplay, and you pause it, and your Sims still do that weird, like creepy.
Yeah, that's an
Yeah,
issue.
that happens
Even
without
if you don't have
mods.
CC, that's an issue that they really need to address. Because that's been going on for ages.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
apparently they did, and then it still happened. So, hey,
Well,
ho.
I think
and the Disney
that's all
Sim-
the bugs.
Well, Disney Sim was about to say you didn't use poses for your first season.
Yeah, first season I was completely strictly gameplay. And same with like when I originally was showing my Disney characters, I didn't use like it was only not base game, but like bot things. And yeah, I actually had way more of a following when I was doing that. It was so funny. But yeah, once I went into storytelling mode, it kind of dissipated a little bit. But you don't do storytelling for the likes. That's for
No.
sure.
Okay, I have to ask you guys this. So I just realized Rose Chronicles shadow banned.
What?
It's shadow
What?
banned. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh.
It doesn't show up. You have to follow me to see my things. It doesn't show up on Explore. It does nothing. I've been shadow banned, and I don't know why.
Wow.
Because I've had a decline in readers since January of this year. I just associated it as, oh, like people are not on Instagram. No, I realized before Instagram switched over for you can't check the most recent. You can't do that anymore. It's just the most top. But before that, my stuff was never showing up there. Rose Chronicles is shadow banned, and I don't know why. And it's not like I have sex scenes. It's everything's
No,
very
you don't, do you?
Oh man,
just
the
like,
stuff that
I
I've seen
definitely
on
do,
some
and
of the
I don't
stories,
get shadow banned.
Yeah, I'm shadow banned. Like you have to search for me to find my stuff. It's ridiculous.
You know, Sass said she had that problem too.
Yeah.
A couple months ago, she was having that problem, which is crazy to me because
Interesting.
some of the people, like some of the stories that I follow, they are risky. Like they
Yeah.
are in ways that like I'm like, wow, you don't. I'm like, you're showing, and I mean, like I think that's great. Like show what you want to show, but like it's weird to me that certain people like you can't see their stuff and they're not putting stuff out there that's offensive. I mean, none of that stuff's offensive anyway. It shouldn't. If you're following it and it offends you, then you shouldn't be following it.
Yeah. No, I was just, it mind baffled me. Simskingdom, are you shadow banned?
Who?
Have you been shadow banned or have you ever been shadow banned?
I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know how you find out.
You wouldn't know. They don't tell you. I just happened to stumble upon realizing it.
But I don't know how I would even realize it, you know. I'm like, I don't know. I post my posts and then I have specific amount of people that I know actually read my story. Yeah. And then I have the random likes, the nice set. And then I have some other people that want to sell me things. Guys, you know how many requests I've gotten for my Sims, like to be influencers, but it's not, they don't even, I mean, I know it's bots and stuff, you know, but they don't even say that I have a Sims account, like, we came across your contact and we think you're gonna be such a good influencer for our watch brand. And I'm like, my Sims? Like, what do you
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
My royal storytelling community.
Yeah,
I
right.
sell watches.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Try
so
having
funny
a
to me.
dog Instagram account. It's every time you post anything, it's like, you should be our
Yeah.
ambassador dog. And it's
Yeah.
like, shut up. Like,
Right? It's
no.
like, how many times can I need to block you? No. Okay, Court, I gotta ask this because we're both Canadian. Did you get the stupid meta? You can be verified for $20 a month. Yeah. So it was like it was like Monday night. I was going to bed and I got an email like, your account can now be verified. Because I tried to get verification 2 months ago for the main Stassi page. I showed my podcast statistic. I had to do a bunch of shit and they declined it. And then I was like, okay, whatever. And I tried again. And then I got an email like, you can be verified. I was like, oh my God, like this is it. Like, I've worked so hard for this. Yeah, for 20 Canadian a month, I can pay to be verified.
They offered it for me too, and I was like, clearly you're not vetting this properly, because like you could not verify me. Like, I'm literally a copyright like issue waiting to happen.
Right.
Like,
Right?
I am not affiliated with Disney or The Sims.
Yeah. And the same the Rose Chronicles and Stassi both paid. And they're like, you can do this. I was like, $20 a month. It should be free.
So
that's basically what Twitter did, and now anyone with a blue tick next to them are just kind of, you look at it and go, oh, that
You're
doesn't matter. You've just paid for it.
You can pay for stuff for sure. And like, for example, like I work in social media and marketing as well. I'm also an architectural drafter for the company, but it's like kind of like a combination job, so to say. So social media and marketing are a big part of what I do. And even buying ads for like, the things that I'm trying to buy on, like, to promote fundraisers for the nonprofit I work for, let's just say. So we're trying to sell tickets. I pay Facebook or Instagram to boost my posts. And I will end up with like, if I pay, say, $100 a day, I will end up with 100 additional followers every single day as soon as I start paying for the ads. But if you go look at these people, they're all bots. And it's just like, like you go in and it's like they are following 13,000 people, but they have like 3 followers, no posts, like no image. And it's just like they're literally trying to, and that totally like fucks with your algorithm. Like having people that are actually not invested in what you're doing can totally mess up your demographics. And that can be problematic. So from a social media perspective, like, it's like if they're going to drown you with ghost followers, it's actually a hindrance to your business in some ways.
Yeah.
Does Instagram and Facebook like allow you to still connect to like their API? Because I know there were apps that were like you can see like who's unfollowed you or anything like that, but I know a lot of people were getting banned for doing that at one point. Does that still exist? I
got banned because I did it for a business because they wanted to know because they had lost a bunch of followers pretty quickly and they wanted to know. So I did it. I got blocked. I get Stassi, like my main page, got blocked once because I was trying to figure out how to do before they went with Meta, and I could like pre-schedule stuff. Like I got banned for having a third party knowing my Instagram account. I had a 7-day ban, and I had to appeal to them to make sure that I had to prove I would never do that again.
And good luck trying to talk to them. They don't have a customer service line. There's not even an email like that you can wait in some kind of like queue. It just doesn't exist.
I mean, don't even talk to me about Instagram right now. I'm still fucking mad that the fake person's account out there who gets to pretend to be me is still fucking live.
And oh my God, I reported them, right? And I said they pretend to be a person, and I said who? And they told me, well, we checked, and it seems they're not violating anything. I'm like, what do you mean they're not violating anything? They're pretending to be this person. I told you.
I had
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I had one person go and take the hashtag at The Sims Disney, and they put a picture that was my image on it. And I took her picture, posted it to my audience like a year or so ago. And I was like, this person is trying to steal my identity, blah, blah, blah. And I like told her that I was going to like keep reporting her into, or them, I'm not sure, until I got, until they closed it down. And they did close it down. And the moment they closed it down, I took over I added the account. So now if you go to @TheSimsDisney, it's me, but there's nothing there. It's just like, go to the Disney Sims. Yeah. But I'm not letting anybody take my thing. I was so mad that it's one thing if you're at The Sims Disney. I have so many Sims Disney account style things, and I love following them. I love the Disney Legacy challenges, and people download my Disney princes and make babies with them. Like, I'm all for it, right? But like, don't take my images and pretend to be me. Yeah.
For me, it was just knowing that this person was asking for money for interview spots. That destroyed me, because I worked so hard for this podcast, blood, sweat, tear, times, money. And for someone to come and try to ruin my reputation in 5 minutes.
Yeah. It's way more sinister in your situation, because like ultimately you have a platform in which you use that to be a glue for other members of the community, and they tried to take that and manipulate that for their own financial gain. Like, it's so violating. I can't imagine how you feel. Like, that sucks.
I literally cried. I came home.
It's violating.
I was out originally. I came home. I left where I was, came home and cried my eyes out, because I was like, this person is pretending to be me. Not only that account was old. It wasn't new. I had 10 people reach out to me after, pleading with them. When I put that in my story, I'm like, if this person has reached out to you, or this, because they used the exact same email. Right. So it was like Stassi_J_podcast or unplugged_podcast@gmail.com. Yeah. Not anybody. If you're listening to this and they've that email's reached out to you pretending to be me, that is not me. Everyone on this podcast knows the email I use.
And it's so sad though, because like, think of like everybody's first time on this. You know what I mean? Like, how exciting was your first experience here? And they think that that's what they're getting. Right? And then like, it's so wrong to do that on so many levels. Like, how disheartening is that to the people that think they're gonna have interviews with you and don't? Like, it's so it's sad.
It's sad. I don't. This person was asking for 80 pounds. 80 pounds.
What?
80 quid. And the only person, the reason they reached out to me, they're like, I can't afford to be on your podcast. And I was so confused. And then it just really snowballed from there after that.
That's so
So why wouldn't Instagram take that down? Because they're basically scamming people?
Yeah,
because
they're scamming. So
they don't see the messages, I think, because we report the account and they're like, the account seems fine.
Yeah, the account's fine, because they're emailing them.
God. That's so bad.
And sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, ultimately, it's not really, unless it's being taken up to, somebody higher up, it's a robot that's vetting these complaints. Right. So you have to hit a certain criteria to get moved on to another thing. And if you don't hit that, then it never gets into a human's eyes to see what's actually happening. And also, it's hard with context, right? Like, a lot of the times you don't have the proper context when you're just a person looking at a file. Like, imagine, if anybody's worked at call centers before, trying to like do like help for people, like, and being that person on the other line to help, like, really, how much information are you given? Like, I would really argue that they probably don't have the resources either. And it's the corporation's fault, because they just don't want to invest in it, right? But it is what it is.
Anyways, happier topics, but I'm still very mad at Instagram, and I'm just like, guys, like, fuck them, fuck Instagram. They will see less of my shit. I used to do sponsored posts all the time. I will no longer do a sponsored post on Instagram with my own money. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. I'm done with that. You couldn't help me. And again, I don't know how many more people they've reached out to. I don't know.
Yeah. So disgusting.
I hope nobody gave them money. That is my only wish. And I've stressed this. I will never ask you guys for money unless it is for a charity event and you pay the charity. You will never pay me directly. If you want to support me on Patreon, very different. But I will never say pay me in, especially in pounds, not in Canadian dollars. The person saving, are you saving for your honeymoon? Because I had said in previous podcasts that I want to go to Europe. So people were associating that
you were trying to save the
money for pounds.
Yeah, but also it would make sense. Like the platform has gained like a lot of notoriety in the last few years. Like not to, you know what I mean, for you, but like it would make sense to somebody that, oh, okay, maybe it does cost money to get interviewed. Like I could see how somebody could manipulate somebody into thinking that is a reasonable thing. Obviously it's not how you operate, but it's still completely believable. So.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly it, right? But anyway, happier topics. So The Sims Christmas party.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Bah humbugs to social media, but Merry Christmas to you. Thank you guys for coming. I mean, we're not wrapping up yet, but I want to thank you guys for coming here and just enjoying Christmas in June/July.
It's nostalgic for me because it kind of reminds me of my nana, who's no longer with us. We used to, in June and July at nighttime, she used to put on a Christmas movie, get all the Christmas lights out and place them around the living room. And we used to sit there pretending it was Christmas together. She was Mrs. Christmas. She really was. And yeah, it's kind of cute. It reminds me of that.
That's so cute.
That's so cute. I love that. Okay, does anyone have their own Christmas traditions that you do at Christmas? And anyone can go first.
We always have a lot of traditions in our house when it comes to Christmas, but one of ours is we always do Christmas movies, but we do them in July too. Like we always do a Christmas in July thing.
Cute.
I have Christmas lights up year round.
Mm-hmm.
Not not all over the house, but I do like in our front room, we keep Christmas lights up. But like for us, it's really like every Christmas morning, we always make the kids like wait at the top of the stairs. And we get like hot chocolate ready, and my husband will light a fire. And we used to do music, but then we changed it to like our favorite Christmas movies. So we always have that playing when we're doing like our Christmas stuff in the morning. We always do Christmas cookies. That's like a big thing for us to do because we do a lot of baking and stuff before Christmas. And it's cool because my kids are at that age now where I'm lucky that I've got 2 14-year-old boys and a almost 16-year-old boy, and they still love hanging out with me and my husband. So it really makes those traditions kind of stick because I'll miss it when they're not in my house.
Yeah. Oh, that's so sweet.
We used to have a lot, and then I moved all the way across the country, so it has not happened in quite a few years with COVID. But always mock mimosas when I was a kid, which was Sprite and orange juice.
Nice.
Yes.
Which great. Now they're real mimosas. It's even better.
Yes.
And then cinnamon rolls in the shape of a Christmas tree with like red and green sprinkles in the frosting.
That's fantastic.
I love that. Rachel, how about you?
I feel like this is quite stereotypical in the UK, and anyone jump in, please. But we always do bacon sandwiches and a glass of Prosecco, like first thing in the morning. You get on that so early on Christmas Day. It's nice. Funny.
Okay, can I ask 2 questions? Because I've heard like what some stuff. Do you actually put sherry out instead of milk for Santa?
No, I don't.
Well,
no. So I don't know about you, Rachel, but I didn't.
No, I don't think we ever did, actually, because I didn't really grow up with sherry in the house. My grandma used to have sherry.
That's fair, because I've had people say, "Oh, who puts milk out? It's sherry and cookies." I'm like,
no,
we get wasted by the time they get
drinking and slaying.
Drinking and slaying. And then, okay, I have to ask, this is also stereotypical in like every holiday British movie. Do carolers actually come to your door? Carolers?
Sometimes it depends where you live. So like where we live now, we don't have carolers, but we have done like where I've lived. So I used to live in York. I grew up in York, and we used to have carolers come around to the house.
Yeah. I used to
be the carolers. Do you say Merry Christmas or Happy Christmas?
Yes, that's another one.
Ooh, I do a bit of a mixture of both. So I'll do either merry or happy. I suppose it depends who I'm with, or it just whatever comes out. I don't really think about it.
I've only heard Happy Christmas as an
Same.
English thing. We don't say it over
Merry
here.
Christmas.
It's Merry Christmas over here. We would never say Happy
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah.
I probably say happy more than I say merry, but I say both. Definitely
Okay.
say both.
Cool.
Yeah,
That's
I'm with Rachel. I think I do both, but mostly Merry.
That's just fast.
Yeah.
The carolers at the door always, because like every movie always has carolers. Okay, everyone that's in North America, could you imagine if carolers just showed up at your door? I don't think they'd live by the end. I think by the time one of them would have been shot at that point.
I've been missing it though, because in Greece, at least when I was a kid, it was a huge thing. Like we would strategize. We'd be like 5 kids, okay. Your mom is taking us. We're going to these buildings because they give good money, but also this lady is giving us chocolates every time. So we go there 100%. Then we'd sit down, count the money, separate. It's like, yeah, but I get 20% more because I have also the nice like little thing that dances. So that's why we got more money. So it was a whole thing.
I was just going to say, you used to do it to get money. So when we were kids, we used to just run. I mean, this is a whole different day. You couldn't do this anymore. But we used to go knocking on random people's doors, singing them a Christmas carol.
Yeah.
And they'd give us money.
Yeah. That's how
it was.
That's how
it's like trick or treating, but you sing at Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The same.
Basically.
I mean, that makes sense why you would show up then.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't get money here? You just say it because?
I don't think anyone sings.
No, there's no one that sings at your door.
What do the carolers do? Like in the movies, they just sing and they don't get anything right there?
No, they just sing to be merry. And
I never got that. I never got that. Completely different vibe. I was like, yeah, get that money. But now I understand. And that's how I bought Christmas presents for my family every year. I felt good as a kid because I'm like, oh, I got money. So now I go to the mall and I buy them a little thingy for each of them. That was the whole point.
That's so interesting. Yeah. I've never seen a Christmas caroler at my door in almost 30 years of existing.
I've been a Christmas caroler. I've just never had one come to my door. But I did that a lot when I was in choir because I did a lot of singing. So like that was just
Same.
Again, when you were a teenager, right? Like that was a time when you like. I think if kids were doing that now, I mean, where I live in like our neighborhood, I'm sure if kids went around caroling, the neighbors wouldn't care. They'd be like, "Oh, it's so adorable." But like our old neighborhood, if my kids went around Christmas caroling, they would have been like, "What the hell are you doing? Like, why are you out here? It's cold. Why are you singing?" Some people just don't. But I always thought it was fun. But we did it just as choir stuff. It wasn't like for money or anything like that. It was just something to do because you liked singing.
I think I saw it at like malls or something like that. Like people would go and like set up a hat or something, but never in a neighborhood. No.
Never.
Yeah.
But what's Christmas without a little bit of capitalism? You know, we need to make the money.
I think isn't that just what Christmas is capitalism now?
I'm kidding.
That's what they're trying to do to Pride Month too, unfortunately, but it's not going to happen.
We can carol.
You can't have it.
I'm bummed out this Christmas because in all of my levels of life, I've never been away from home for Christmas. I've always been with family. Even when I moved out of state when I was a teenager, I came home for Christmas. Yeah. And this year, although we'll be with family, we have all of our things that we usually do. Christmas Eve is with my husband's family, and then Christmas Day is like us and then my family. But this year we're going to be at the Wisconsin Dells.
Oh, cool.
And we're going to be there with my brother and my sister-in-law and my nephew, which is great. But like, there's that homey part of me that just wants to be like home in my living room with my warm drinks and my food and my fire and like not water park with thousands of other people. But that'll be a different Christmas experience this year.
Yeah, that's cool though. I like it.
I've never been to the Dells. I hear it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. So my family are from Newfoundland, and we celebrate Tibbs' Eve on December 23rd. And that's like everybody gets together and gets like obliterated is pretty much usually what Tibbs' Eve consists of. So that's always fun. Then Christmas Eve is, you know what I mean? Like just seeing each other the day before. And with Christmas, you go, see your families. Brunch was always a big deal for us Christmas Day. Also, but I think what happens as well is with Newfoundland, because they were, they officially became part of Canada in the 40s.
Yeah.
Before that, like they were, you know, kind of on their own, but most of the people on the island at that point were from England, Scotland, or Ireland, right? And so a lot of those things kind of carried over or got kind of turned into something else, but is kind of an extension of where it originally came from. So yeah.
But that's so cool.
That's why we have the accent. Not we, sorry. I do have a bit of a Nova Scotian accent. I don't have a full-blown Newfoundland accent. I can imitate one, but it's slightly offensive. So I won't imitate what my dad sounds like. But anyway, yeah, it's really fun there. But with the Newfoundland accent, it is because it's a little bit of an amalgamation of the English-Irish accent.
My papa, he was born in Nova Scotia. I don't remember where. The town where he lived, all the women, their first name was Mary, all the men, their first name was Joseph, so they went by their middle name. So like my grandpa was like Joseph Leo, all of his sisters were like Mary Margaret, Mary Sis. But I remember when my mom said she was taking French in high school, because where he was from was a very broken dialect of French.
Yeah,
he couldn't help her with it because it was nothing like what they were teaching her here.
Yeah, it's Acadian French. It's a little bit different.
It's a little dirty French.
Yeah, I had an Acadian boyfriend for a long time, and listening to them communicate is really funny because like every other word is English, and so you can kind of hear you can understand slightly what they're saying without actually understanding. But yeah, it's a really fun place to live. I love Nova Scotia. I love Newfoundland too. Canada's pretty cool in general.
Yes,
it has its problems. I could go on a tangent about that.
We'll talk about that after the podcast. Perhaps I have a proposal for you that I would love you to. Yes.
I have a really big question that just popped into my mind because okay, bear with me, but when does Santa Claus come?
Christmas
Eve.
Yeah, through
really
the night of
interesting.
Christmas Eve into Christmas Day. You wake up Christmas Day, presents are there. So he's
really interesting. Not in Greece.
No, because Jason's Macedonian Greece. You're 100% right with that. Yeah,
they come on New Year's, and you know who comes on Christmas and brings you a present? Jesus Christ.
Oh, I think I knew that.
He's born, gives you a present, and then on New Year's you bake a pie for Santa Claus, the Santa Claus pie, and then in the morning the presents are there, so you get 2 types of presents. See all about that capitalism. And then the pie is called rachelpedd, which means like Santa Claus pie, and you put a little coin in it, and then you cut the pieces, and whoever gets the piece with the coin, it's like real luck, and it's really fun.
That's really cool. Cool. I like that.
And I have another question. Do you have the thing where on New Year's you have to wear red underwear?
No.
What? No.
Guys, that you've been missing out. Brings money. It brings you there's nothing sexual about it, by the way. We did it since we were kids, okay? Because it brings you money, love, abundance. Go to a Greek person for hugs for life, okay? We're so superstitious.
I'm going to be remembering that for that this year.
Yes. No, that's so funny. I gotta ask you, I know this is a Christmas one, but so like Jason's Macedonian Orthodox, and he always gets really G's that he can't celebrate Easter because it's Orthodox.
It's a different time.
It's a different time, and he feels like
we do both in our house.
Now his family does both, but he always just kind of felt like we were really catered to Christian holidays and not any other other religion, like especially Chinese New Year is a great example. You should be off Chinese New Year.
My partner's Lebanese, and they're Greek Orthodox as well for religion. It's a very common thing in Lebanon to have. Yes. Well, I mean, it's not the most common. It's definitely not one of the more popular religions in Lebanon, but it is one of them.
Yeah. It's crazy to think that, like, but that's why I wanted to ask, like, Christmas traditions, because everybody does different things, but you would never know that's not a tradition for everybody, because that's what you guys do.
Yeah, like Santa Claus hate me right now. I'm like, wait a second, I have to ask them.
Yeah, because like for us, it's Santa Claus comes Christmas Eve, and and that's something I'm still cheesy.
I don't get it.
I even did it this year. The NATO track for Santa is. Even though
I do that every year.
Yeah.
Even though, like, I know, like, I mean, even when I didn't have kids, I used that when it was there. The Disney Sims. I have to ask you a quick question that isn't about Christmas, but Roppy Pie.
No, yes. Yep, very popular here.
I grew up on it, although I think that it looks different now because of the resources versus like when I would make it with my papa. It always looked like that wonderful tray of like gray weirdness. But it was so good. It was so, that top was so crispy. But yeah, I had to ask that because like my kids don't understand. I'm like, I'm gonna make it for you. I'm not gonna make you go through what I did, shredding the carrots and squeezing them in the freaking bags and like I'm like,
we had a whole process. We would have like a family full blown affair.
You have the pan, like we have the Roppy Pie pan still. And like the big,
stepping on it. We'd have like there's like literal like things we would MacGyver so that we could effectively smash.
So you could get all that out and have it there. But yeah, we have that big like, and I don't know how, I think it was like his parents or before, but that Roppy Pie pan that's like huge and it's like so thick. And I'm like, one day we'll make Roppy Pie. One day, it's so good.
Okay,
it's so simple, but so
for
good.
everybody else, what is Roppy Pie?
Oh
yeah,
it's like potatoes and
like a potato pie.
Yeah, it's basically a potato pie with like chicken and then like salt pork and like butter, lots of that.
But it's gray.
It
ends up kind of gray looking, white
because
kind of
when
looking.
You're squeezing, when you were first doing it, and I think now because a lot of people I think have replaced it with like the spuds or whatever. But the starch, when you pull that starch out of potatoes, it gets that color. That's what's going to happen. I mean, it's sitting there. It takes a long time to squeeze the starch out of those potatoes, but it does. Really, it's so simple though. It's just like potatoes and meat and fat and butter and salt. You know.
Okay.
Food.
Try the gray stuff. It's delicious.
Literally try.
Believe me, ask the dishes.
It may not look pretty, but it tastes good. It tastes good.
Okay, Disney Sims, what are your thoughts on Jig's dinner?
It's amazing. I'm not a big fan of the salt beef portion of it, but like I don't even think you like fully know what a Jig's dinner is too. Like my grandmother will cook daffodil. Like there's like and dandelion. Like there's like you'll have some very weird things at a Jig's dinner. But ultimately it's a buffet of a bunch of different things. I personally feel like the salt beef, I don't like eating the salt beef, but I do like the flavoring of it on my vegetables and eating it. So
that's fine. The salt meat itself. It's just it's salty.
Also, I
like a salt lick?
Question how non-carcinogenic that would be to eat regularly, to be honest.
You die of a stroke.
True. I tend to do like my own take on it. Like I will like, for us, we'll do like the vegetables with like a turkey or a chicken or something and kind of go with it. But for the full on, like it's always like Thanksgiving and different holidays like that where it's like, you have the full on Jig's dinner. It's very common.
What's a Jig's dinner?
So it's just like a boiled dinner with salt beef, and usually you boil your vegetables with the salt beef so that your vegetables then have the salt beef flavoring. And it's like potatoes, turnip, carrots, like all that stuff. And then
sounds like a boiled Sunday roast.
I was going to say it sounds like a Sunday dinner.
It probably is a knockoff of something that's English, but you just boil it all even like, so for example, and I already know you guys are going to call me out for this, but we call shepherd's pie what you call like a cottage pie, right? And we've taken over that as like, so for us, a shepherd's pie would be potato, ground beef, and corn. Right. Whereas like that's a cottage pie, right? You guys would consider shepherd's pie as a peas and carrots. And so there's just little knockoff here things where Newfoundland is trying to take English things.
Wait, hang on, because I thought shepherd's pie had lamb in it, and that's why it was called shepherd's pie.
Yes. So there's no shepherd's lamb, it's lamb.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. Sorry, I missed that part of it. You are correct.
Yes, but
Yeah.
eating
But you
lamb
are right.
here-
We do just have beef in it now.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll use lamb too. Like they'll use anything. Ground something. Right?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen ground lamb
Do you
at a
guys eat
grocery store.
bologna?
I'll eat bologna, but see, in Michigan's one of the only states that has a 100% beef rule on all their stuff.
Oh yeah.
But I grew up on bologna. Like,
They're hard to
I
catch.
grew up on it. Now,
Mm-mm.
hard pass.
hard pass.
Okay. Does anybody have any like foods that are really traditional to them that they'd like to share?
Prawn
Yeah.
cocktail.
Ooh, these are good. They're traditional?
Well,
Orange
they
slush.
always wear in my
No, I'm
household
saying
anyway.
it because I'm jealous. Sorry, because we could only have it when it's like hella fancy. I'm like, it's something you guys do regularly. That's it came off wrong, but that's the meaning I had behind it.
Yeah. Prawn cocktail is a
Wow.
starter.
Yeah, it is what
Really?
it's at.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's always the Christmas dinner starter.
Yeah.
Always at our house.
Yeah. Or soup for those
Yeah.
that don't like the shellfish.
Wow,
Yeah.
Huh.
that's amazing.
Yes, it's fresh and it's not too heavy. It's just a nice
Mhm.
starter.
But I don't like the sauce that goes on it. I'm not a fan of
Oh,
that. I
the
don't know what it's
Marie
called.
Rose. I like that.
Yeah. Oh no,
I
I don't
really
like
like
it.
that.
Yeah. I just had it plain.
It's basically tomato sauce mixed with mayonnaise. You could literally make
Yeah.
it yourself. Just mix them together, and that's Marie Rose sauce.
Pretty much. It's supposed to be like a seafood sauce, but it doesn't taste like a seafood sauce.
No. You can season it with like salt, pepper, and paprika and stuff, but that's basically
Yeah.
what it is.
Burpney burp.
What?
We all just gonna get the giggles now.
Yes. I love it. Again, this is shit that needs to be in The Sims. Let's have traditional meals instead of it just being like a turkey or a
Add some
ham.
Yorkshire puddings on there. Let's do
Yeah,
this.
we need some
Yes.
Yorkies. Oh, well, no, there is
My
Yorkies,
favourite
but they're on their
things
own.
ever.
You
There is
can miss
Yorkies in
me
The
with the
Sims.
haggis,
Black
though.
Yorkshire pudding.
Miss me with that.
I've had traditional Scottish haggis, like from Scotland. It's
Ooh.
Hard pass for me, bro.
It was
I've never
really.
tried it.
I'm down to try everything. I just actually got into blood sausages in the last like year that all like a good traditional English breakfast. Like I got like I'm your girl, but like some of the stuff like
Or like black pudding and
Yeah.
stuff.
oh yeah,
Yeah, you
black
talk about
pudding
black
is a
pudding.
I can't be doing
no,
black pudding.
no.
No.
Oh, here's
What
a
is
Christmas
black
tradition
pudding?
for me and my family. Sambuca, taking shots of that.
fuck yeah.
Yeah. To be fair, that's a UK tradition from like the 15th of November all the way through to like
Exactly.
mid-January for
Newfoundland.
Christmas.
Always taken from you guys.
It doesn't even need to be festive.
No, it
Let's just
doesn't.
do
You go on a
Sambuca.
night out, you're having shots of sambuca.
Get the shots.
I'm not even a big fan of black licorice, but like I can take a shot of Sambuca, like no problem.
Yeah.
Like I need training wheels for tequila. Like I definitely
Okay.
need something
We got
to
you.
like down right after.
We
the fact.
got you.
But
Tequila rose is the way forward.
Uh,
Oh, I'm
Speaking my
addicted to those
language right
shots. So
Oh.
nice.
no,
Right.
my clothes are falling off with tequila. No,
Oh, same.
It
Yeah.
doesn't taste like tequila. It
It's
doesn't
literally
taste, and I don't think it's a strong.
No?
no.
It's like a
Oh,
strawberry
okay.
milkshake,
Huh.
Mhm.
but an alcoholic
Oh.
shot. It's so delicious.
Interesting.
It's a,
Okay.
yeah, it's a lot less stronger. It's like a malt liquor almost.
Huh.
All right. You can come. Hang out.
Well, does anyone have else anything they want to add before we wrap up?
what is
I
everybody's
wanna
favorite Christmas
sorry.
song?
Oh, was there?
Ooh.
Oh my God. Okay. I'm gonna go with the first one is the song I can't fucking stand. I don't know the actual song name, but it's the one it's like whatever's like Kiss Her. I fucking hate that song because it's such a beautiful song, like Michael Bublé. Like, oh yeah, and Kiss Her. Like it's just so hard. Why is it so hard? I definitely and I don't like Baby It's Cold Outside. No, I'm good.
I love
Yeah.
Santa Baby.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Stable under the tree
That's a good
for
one.
me.
Yeah.
You guys might not have heard of it before. Rachel, you probably heard of it, but Proper Crimbo is a banger.
I've never heard of that.
Never heard of
Am I even British?
I
Clearly
mean,
not.
I might be showing my age a bit here, to be fair. So, yeah, proper
Either
crimbo
that, or I've
was
heard it and I don't know the name of it. That's also very
it goes
likely.
proper crimbo selector. it's really
I've
cheesy.
never
It's
heard
absolutely
it.
ridiculous.
Oh no.
It's probably just me showing my age, but yeah, that's a really hilarious song. I can't stop singing over Christmas. Google it.
Yeah, I will
You
do
won't
after
be
this for sure.
disappointed.
Santa
I
Baby
like
is also my
Lemon.
favorite.
Yeah.
Which one?
Yeah, I do like Santa Baby. I like Driving Home for Christmas by Chris Rea. I love that song so much.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Nice one.
I just really like it.
I don't
My
know that
my
I've heard it.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard it either.
You know, it's like Driving Home for Christmas.
No,
Nope.
I know
Okay.
the one you mean. I know the one you mean.
I thought there was only 5 Christmas songs in the world. You guys are proving that there's 7.
I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Only a
Stassi.
hippopotamus will do.
Yes.
How did we both not say Christmas Tree Farm?
I know.
What is that?
It's a Taylor Swift. Yeah, it's a Taylor Swift Christmas. That's a modern Christmas. That's a newer one. We're talking
Her
like
whole album is so good. I love her version of Santa Baby. She did such a good job on that.
yes.
Oh wait, I'm gonna change mine. Mine's actually White Christmas. I don't know why I didn't even think about that.
How
It's my
does it
absolute
go?
favorite
Cool.
Christmas
Is
song.
amazing.
White Christmas from the movie White Christmas. It was also my nana's favorite as well. Very special one to me, and I love singing it as well.
Yeah, me too. I love that song.
Pentatonix, Carol of the Bells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it. The teenager in me will always love the last Christmas I gave
Yes.
you my
Yeah.
heart.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh, Taylor Swift does such a good version of that too.
but
Right.
this
Oh,
year,
yeah.
it's every year.
We need to talk about Taylor Christmas songs on the Taylor podcast.
Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
that one's about everything Taylor Swift. You guys are
Yeah.
also, if you guys are huge Taylor Swift fans, you are welcome to come. It is hard to nail everybody down because everybody likes Taylor. It's fascinating now that guys are liking Taylor Swift because their girlfriends are dragging their husbands and boyfriends to see Taylor Swift, and now they're
And
like,
then-
holy shit, that's like good.
And then they see
Yeah.
vigilante shit live and they're like,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah.
I've recently started to like Midnights. I did not like that album when it first came out. It just didn't hit with me. But vigilante shit, that is the shit I walk into work with every day.
Yeah,
It's different.
it is.
It
It
does.
is different.
Exactly. But has everyone said their favorite Christmas song?
I think so.
Okay.
I'd
Does
like to
anyone have
answer.
anything else they want to add?
It's the only time everybody's silent.
Yeah. Thank you for inviting us.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
If you guys have a drink, I'd like to call for a cheers. I can't think of anything that comes with more Christmas. Cheers, everybody. Thank you guys so much for coming. You guys are fucking rock
Cheers.
stars. I had a blast. Cheers, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
Sambuca.
Christmas, everyone.
Bye.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I love it. Well, I want to thank you everyone for coming. You guys are amazing. Thank you for coming to celebrate Christmas in July. And thank you for sharing traditions and things that you like at Christmas. And woohoo, Marry Kill, presented to you by the Disney Sims. I love that. Let's just do a final quick round of just so everyone can find your work. Let's start with the Sims Kingdom.
Well, I go by Sims Kingdoms on Instagram, Twitch, TikTok. Don't expect much from me there. YouTube for my old Twitch streams. And by the time this is up, I'll have my website, which will have a little thing for all of my Sims, which I love. So
Yeah.
all
That's so
Sims
exciting.
Kingdoms. I love your.
I just appreciate that hasn't been up the whole time though, right?
No, I just put it up.
Okay.
Because it strangles me a little bit. But I was like, if we're
Amazing.
ending, I gotta.
Well, thank you, 16, for coming back, Mimi. How about you? Where can we find your work?
You can find me at @MalikiStar_ at Sim Stories on Instagram. That is it right now. I'm in the works with Twitch and a YouTube, so that may be coming because I'm thinking about doing some let's play with some of my stuff because I've been all over the place. Actually,
Yeah.
I also too I have been really enjoying the Alex your Midnights challenge. Is still like that's right up there for me. So
Thank you.
yeah, that's so when that comes out, I'll let you know those things. But those are on the works. I'm thinking about doing some let's play with some of the fun stuff I've got going in game because it's been so much more fun than actually doing stories, which is nice. So
I love it. Well, thank you so much for coming back. Disney Sim, baby girl.
Hey, you
Baby,
can
where can we find you?
follow me on Insta at the Disney Sims or Townie Tales for all storytelling to do with those things. And yeah, thanks.
Love it. Samantha Builds, where can we find you?
Yep, you can find me on Instagram, Samantha Builds, or on Twitter at Samantha B, where I basically just post all of the many castles that I absolutely love to build, and occasionally other things, but mostly castles and fantasy and medieval stuff. Yeah,
Yes.
that's me.
Love it. The Awful Gaymer. Where can we find you?
You can find me at The Awful Gaymer on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitch, and the gallery under The Awful Gaymer.
Better, EA, do better.
Yeah, do better.
You better.
And then-
I'll put a word in. I should put a word in, right?
Yeah.
I probably should.
Rachel, where can we find your work?
I'm rachelpedd across the board. YouTube, Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, you name it. TikTok now. I've dabbled in TikTok now. Rabbit hole. But yeah, rachelpedd all over. Nice and easy.
I love it. Well, I want to thank everyone for coming. I'm gonna do self-plug because I forget to self-plug from when I end.
Do it more.
Go for it, Stacey. Where can we find
Plug it
you?
up, baby.
Thank you guys for listening. You guys are, I love my new listeners. I'm getting new listeners every day. You guys are awesome. I love when I get feedbacks. I actually had my first ever podcast feedback. I didn't even know you could do that.
Hey.
But that came through. They sent me this really beautiful love letter of like how much they love this podcast and how much it means to them to listen and get to learn the community. I love you. Thank you guys for doing that. If you want to check out Rose Chronicles, because I'm shadow banned, I don't know for how long. Boo. Please go check out Rose Chronicles. I'd like to take a quick moment and thank today's sponsor, which is Chapman's Ice Cream. Please go check out Chapman's new premium selection. They're absolutely phenomenal. They sent me vanilla, especially now we're in Canada's strawberry season. Go get your Ontario strawberries or Nova Scotia strawberries or just any local strawberries. Go get some Chapman ice cream. You will not be disappointed. I go check out OMG Sims The Reaper. I play Amy. Go check out Davenport. I have a cameo appearance coming this season, so go check that out. Go check out the Mishima Awards. I hosted those awards with the amazing Simmerella and Yes She's a Simmer. Those are now on Yes She's a Simmer YouTube channel. Please go check those out. I have merch. I forget I had merch. Honestly, God, I forgot I had merch until someone's like, hey, do you still have merch? I was like, yes, I have merch. Go check that out. If you want to support me on Patreon, I'm not going to say no at this point because girls got to eat. And I want to thank everybody for coming here today. Not only, please don't go check me out, go check everybody on this call. Everyone is absolutely incredible and let's go show them some love. And I want to thank everybody for coming here today. And I want to end on a second final cheers. So cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Cheers.
Cheers.